welcome to Movie Reviews by South Normal with me, Michael Soren. Talking about Stranger Things, Part 4, Volume 1. These naming conventions are getting out of hand. But in this one, we got so much going on. Albeit too much. Because you got Elle and Will and Jonathan and Rose out in Joy. I forget the moms who Winona Ryder plays. I always forget her name. But they're out in California. The rest are in Hawkins. Hopper's in Russia. And then they split up even more. Like, Duffers, what are you doing to us? You're all over the place. Every episode, I think, was over an hour long. That was it was good. I like longer stuff, but it was hard to watch this all in one sitting. Granted, it's been out long enough where it wasn't one sitting now. But it was just so much was going on. It felt like too much. Like they had so much more they wanted to tell, and maybe Netflix was like, "You're not getting another season. Screw off. Finish it now." But basically, the premise is this new character Eddie has been introduced, and he's basically a high school dropout, but not yet because he's been a senior for 3 years. He runs this Hellfire Club. They're playing D&D. Now kids are starting to die again. He witnesses this cheerleader get all disjointed and eyes pop out. And it turns out back in the 50s, this happened once before. And they attribute it to this D&D character, Vecna. That's the bad guy's name, Vecna. And he's this demon that rips people's eyes out and just... But how is he getting... They close the Upside Down. How's he getting back? What's going on? So now they're out to figure... Dustin's out to exonerate his friend Eddie because he's not a killer. He knows that. And so we get all these storylines going on. Elle's she got into a fight. She's under arrest for assault. She's now been kidnapped or taken by what's his guy from Mad About You? Whatever his name was. She's trying to learn her powers again because Papa's back. Oh, Matthew Modine, what? Why is you back? I thought you died. So he's got to convince her that, no, you didn't lose your powers. You're just repressing them. You've put them way back in this nugget area here, and you just got to hone in on that and realize you got this. So he's showing her all the security footages from when she was in the Rainbow Room in Nina, which... got the old CRT TVs all lined up, playing VHS tapes, pure 80s bliss right there. And then there's Murray, and I'm fairly certain it's Joy. The more I think about it, they're going to Alaska to pay off a dude to get Hopper out of prison. Turns out this guy's a scumbag. Who would have thought? And he kidnaps them and brings them to Russia. Now they got to get Hopper out and get themselves out. How are they going to do that? Hopper's trying to get out. He's got to fight a Demogorgon all of a sudden. Meanwhile, back in Hawkins, everyone's dying. People are just going crazy. The parents finally care. It's been 4 seasons, over 6 years. The parents don't know where their kids are, and all of a sudden they care. Woohoo! Meanwhile, Elle's been kidnapped. Mike, Jonathan, and Will and now Argyle trying to find them. They end up in Salt Lake City. So much is going on. They've added Argyle and Eddie. Argyle feels like a waste of space. Like, did we really need him? Yeah, he adds a comedic element of the stoner from California with the long hair and the crazy theories. Maybe he'll pay off in the final. Maybe he'll just be fodder for Vecna. Who knows? The story of how Vecna became to be, because he's number 1. He was the first experimental child, if you will. Was kind of interesting. But once they introduced the character and started talking about number one, you kind of put together, like, you're number one. Like, you're not just some dude in white pants and a white shirt. Like, there's more to you. But it's an ambitious season. There's a lot going on. Almost like it is a bit much. It's a bit too much. It's hard to remember everything. It's hard to keep focus. Having all these different locations, and some people aren't getting the justice they need. Some people aren't getting the story time they need. Other people are getting too much story time. Part 2 is coming out, and I guess it's 2 episodes of over 4 hours worth of stuff. That's exciting yet worrisome, because my God, 4 hours over 2 episodes, that's 2 movies. 2.5 even. That's a lot more stuff to cram in the bag, duffers. So we'll see what happens there. I enjoyed it. It was a lot. They spend too much time. They could really cut stuff down. They spend too much time on the visuals, trying to establish worlds we already know exist, like the Upside Down, and because just like all the shots and like the minutes spent, just again, all the stuff you see, it's like, we know this exists. Come on, like, move the story along. But I don't know. Check it out on Netflix. Let me know what you think. Drop me some comments. Peace.